guys, it's Ken here. Tonight we're going to do an everything PAA shave. I just got a couple of new products from them, and I've also got some full-size stuff. Anyway, what we're going to use tonight is his new injector. It's a replica of a Type L. It was made between the mid-60s rather, until about 1980 or so. So like I said, he's selling that on his website. This one here is about 121 millimeters, so about 4 3/4 inches. It also weighs about 26 grams. I did weigh it on a digital scale. Now, a buddy of mine, Kim Gordon in Fredericton, New Brunswick, was also great enough to lend me the original. So there is the original, and you can see how they compare. They're very. I believe that Doug markets the new one as just being a fraction of an inch longer. Like I said, they're the same weight. Anyway, when I got this one, it came loaded with one blade, but I also bought a 20-pack of blades that he offers on his website. So I loaded both those with a fresh brand new blade in it. Tonight, also using the PAA Atmotic. And I originally got a sample of this with his travel scuttle, which I've got here. I'll show you in a sec. It smells friggin' amazing. For me, it's a fall scent. It's too rich for the summertime, but this time of year coming up on fall, it's starting to get cooler. For me, it's perfect. It's the middle of summer when it's 30 degrees Celsius or 90 Fahrenheit. You know, it's too rich, but for right now or for the fall coming, this is just perfect. I checked online too. Like I said, my sense of smell, not real, or I don't have a really great descriptive sense. So according to this, it's aged oak, dogwood, patchouli, and ginger. And it's also vegan based. And like I said, this here, it's a very rich, it's comfort food for your face. This is going to be one of my top favorites for scents. Anyway, that came with the travel scuttle. And like I said, he put this out, I think, several months ago. I don't remember exactly when he came out with it. But it's shatterproof, holds about a cup of water. He sold it with a neoprene sleeve, which is great because this is microwavable and it gets quite hot. You can put boiling water in here so it gets really warm. So the neoprene sleeve is freaking great for that. And like I said, you can see, you know, the type of lather that this thing is just making. It's just freaking awesome. So yeah, and we're also using the 24 millimeter green ray tribble. Now this is also based on an old rare Ever Ready, and like I said, very retro looking. I know you can't see the bristles, but they're a dark colored bristle. And like I said, I've used it a couple times. It's just awesome. Like I said, I also have the 26 millimeter atomic rocket, and with my goatee, I found it actually a little bit too big for my face, so the 24 is perfect. And so like I said, we made this up ahead of time to save some time. So anyway, we'll moisten the face up and get ready to give this a shave. This will be a first time using either of these injectors. And the only other injector that I've ever tried, and I may have watered that down a little bit too much, was a Type E that I lent to Jason Bryan, the Distorted Cheese. He liked it so much I decided to give it to him. Like I said, I have several other injectors here. I believe he's just done a video just fairly recently with it. I believe it's definitely my shave of the days. So he said this set is unbelievable. And I have a fairly small apartment, fairly small bathroom, this apartment. And this scent just fills the bathroom. It's just unbelievable. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take the PAA injector. Going to use that on my left side of my face. There's the original box that came in. And we're going to take the original Schick and use it on the right side of my face. Like I said, bear in mind that I've only used an injector once before. Maybe 2 shaves on it, I don't remember exactly. And I found it extremely mild. Maybe I did the wrong angle. But give this one a try. Now, I've got several days growth. Like I said, I don't shave that much because trucking, I don't need to. I don't have the time. don't feel any blade with that, and I don't know if it's my angle. There's very little blade feel with that. But like I said, it is. It's gonna take me a little bit to get the angle of this thing just perfect. Now, me personally, I prefer a shorter handle, and it's a little bit long for what I'm used to. Very mild. Like I said, I also have several days growth, so that may, and like I said, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the blade exposure and the blade gap makes it very mild. Definitely gonna need another pass. So we'll take the original Schick and take that to the right side of our face. They're very similar. This one's a slight bit more aggressive, but only slightly. I usually use DEs, and I've also started using straights in the last several months. My last video was using a straight, and I've also used an old Ever Ready. So like I said, very little experience with these things, but definitely taking it down. On their website, like I said, they offer that 20 pack for some of the blades. They also offer feather injector blades, as well as Schick injector blades. I don't remember what size the feathers were, but the Schicks were, I believe, a 7-pack. So, I'll give this a quick go over. Do another lather. I think I'm going to try and keep this video a lot shorter than I kept the last one. The last one got a little bit carried away on me, so I may not do a full 3 pass on video. I may just do the second pass. And I'll do the other one, do the third pass off camera to clean up. I think today is Sunday the 22nd, 23rd. My first day off work this week. Went down to Pennsylvania and then up to Montreal and then back to New Brunswick, and just did a quick day trip yesterday. About 950 miles. That's about 950 kilometers. So it's about 575 kilometers, or miles rather. Try and get this one against, or across the grain. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. And like I said, this is the PAA. Very mild. next pass. Yeah, that's definitely getting it closer, much closer. First one I think might have been just too much for it. So we do this one. This is the original vintage from Ken Gordon. He just recently came over to CWS, Canadian Wet Shavers. And he's also a member of East Coast Addicts. And it's a chat room for the boys on East Coast of Canada. And I've lent him a bunch of razors, and he lent me this, and gave me a bunch of samples yesterday. Hooked up with him. I was driving by Fredericton, so hooked up with him, and so thank you very much, Kim. It's nice to be able to do a side-by-side comparison. Definitely gonna need a third pass, but all in all, like I said, I had a fair bit of growth there, so. Anyway, we're not going to waste time, so we're just going to do the third pass off camera, and we'll come back, get the third pass done, get the cleanup done, and go from there. Yeah, so you guys came back. I just did a 3-pass, just did the third pass, did a cleanup. Yeah, both those, the original and the replica, are both very mild. Did a nice job, but I think next time I use them, it will not be to mow down a week. Daily driver, yeah. Even with my fairly light beard growth. Like I said, it took a little bit to get through it. And like I said, it's just an experience, not being used to the angle of those things. So, but overall, really like that, and for the price. I mean, that's 18 bucks US, so you friggin' can't beat that. That's a friggin' awesome razor. Like I said, it's a daily driver. And I mean, I'm not someone that needs a super aggressive razor. I use a carve. On a C plate, I use the Rockwell 6C. I use straight razors, a bunch of different straight razors from time to time. So I'm not someone that's super aggressive. So hey, I also got the matching splash aftershave, and like I said, his labeling is just spot on. Like, just love the look of this stuff. And like I said, the smell of this, you just can't beat that. You know, it's just unbelievable stuff. Like I said, comfort food for your face. A little bit of burn, which, like I said, really nice scent. Love that. So especially with the cool weather starting to come on. There's a hot summer we've had everywhere. So I live in Eastern Canada, and even for here, it's been really warm. So, but yeah, so that's that. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you again for watching. Like I said, it was PAA today. It was his injector replica, Type L. I also used a Schick, one of the originals from Ken Gordon and Fredericton, New Brunswick. Used the Atmotic, vegan soap, and splash. 24mm green ray triple. And the shatterproof scuttle with neoprene glove. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends if you know. And if you've got ideas for me, just please, drop me a line, let me know in the comments below. And give me an ideas. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm still having fun with it and still trying to figure out what works or how I want to present stuff. So anyway, if you've got ideas, definitely let me know. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Take care, guys.